Hi guys, Nico's here. Today's email comes from somebody who is in that phase in their life where they're finally getting their stuff back together. They're starting to grow, and now they got their next few questions. I've made other videos about this, and this is another one of those. Hey, I have this situation. What do I do? How can I make my life better? And I know people are thinking about these questions, so this is why I'm answering them. Here we go. Hi, Nikos. I am 35 years old. In the last 3 years, I went through a bad breakup and almost ended my life. That's not good, but I'm happier that you did it, and you're good. I have been dealing with depression. In the last year, I focused on a few things you talked about to get my life back in check. It has helped a lot, and this new girl came into my life, and I really don't want to fuck up. Perfect. This is what it's all about. It's growing. It's getting better. It's seeing that opportunity and getting better. Awesome. My daughter is wanting to spend more time with me, and things have been getting better with my ex-wife. That's awesome. I have been working on an idea, and for the last 6 months, I've wanted to quit my job and just launch it. My family doesn't agree with me. Do you think it is risky? Do you think I should do it? Would you? Okay. So, you have a lot of great positives there. This is awesome. And, the concerning thing is that depression thing that you talked about. And it's concerning because, if you're dealing with depression, it's a serious thing. And, if you were at that stage, you're probably on medication still. That all has to play in line, and you should be talking with the doctors to make sure that everything's going smoothly. Don't drop your medications. Don't do anything like that because your life is getting better. You want to progressively get better, and they will slowly limit your drugs and this and that when you get to that, hurdle. At the same time, they work with you to make decisions like this, okay? And this isn't a decision that I want you to sit there and be like, yeah, like I'm going to do it or I'm not going to do it. This is a decision where you have to list out your pros, your cons, really make that risk come down and really give the opportunity for you to succeed. Don't jump into something that is going to screw you over long term. Okay? Your family doesn't want you to go down a route where you fail, go into massive depression and ruin your life. This is where they're coming from, okay? And the reality is, when you're talking about 3 years ago, all the bad stuff that happened, you're finally making it better with your wife, with your ex-wife, and you have a new girl that eventually you want to get married to. You don't want to fuck it up, right? You got to think about your current situation and your future wife. How is that going to look? Then you got to look at your daughter, which is the most important thing out of everything. And, this is the bottom line. She's the most important thing right there. And then your family. And you got to break these three things down, okay? Your overall happiness comes from making sure these things are happy and then that your idea takes off and works. Because I know from what I'm reading, and I think I know who you are from Instagram, but from what I'm reading, like you're not happy what you're doing, because you really want to do this. I know many people they're in your situation, and I've been in that situation, and this is why I do what I do. What I want you to do is really sit down, look at my book, sign up to the course, really get your idea functioning so that you have a strategic, solid plan. And what I would do is look at it from a perspective of, all right, if I quit my job, what will happen? Okay, how much money can I allocate for this thing? And then if it fails, okay, and by fails I mean if it does not succeed to the level that I need it to succeed to survive, then I have 2-3 months after the end date to go find a job, and I'll still have money. So you don't feel like garbage. A, B, not have money. C, have the girl walk out, and then you're back to fighting with your ex-wife because you're not paying for support for your child. Like it's all a cascading effect, and bad decisions lead to bad decisions, but good decisions will lead to better decisions. So I would put all these things into your list of pros and cons, and I would look at it from a perspective of, I have this idea, okay? I know that if I launch, I can make money within 3 months. And if I can make money within 3 months, I know how much I need to survive. Okay, past that, if like I have these funds if something goes wrong, but if that money starts coming in, I know that I can pay and survive this much while putting more money into the equation and growing the business faster so it can get to the level that I need it to be. Okay, the whole process has to be a step-by-step approach. If you decide to just quit your job and not just, I have a lot of people that are working their side businesses. What they do is they're working their full time and doing what you're doing, working on their idea, and then they launch on a quiet, structured approach so it can grow slowly, and eventually they switch from working full time to maybe a part time, or they switch to making their business a full time thing and their career job to a part time or an evening thing, or getting out of it and going working a part time job somewhere else. And that's it. So, I mean, you can look at this structure any way you want, but when you're in a position, and I've dealt with clients who have depression, I've dealt with clients with anxiety and a whole bunch of different other things that they're dealing with, and it's a risky business because you're in a state where you need to make sure that you don't get in a position where you go backwards with this depression. You want to continually move forward no matter what. So you can't get stuck with your hands tied behind your back on that and then go, what the fuck did I do? I just ruined my life even more. And then the depression is a trickling effect backwards and it'll make it worse. I don't want you to fuck up with your new girl either. I want you to get married and have a happy life again and get your life all structured up with this idea moving. So go through these things, walk through the pros and cons, put a risk tolerance on everything. Ask yourself, how much money can I afford to lose? How much money do I need after I lose it? This is the worst case scenario. How much money will I make if I'm at 10% of what I expect? Okay, and how long can I survive off that before I need to go back to work if I can't increase it? What if I have to go back to the drawing board, for instance? And then, look at it from a perspective. If it succeeds, what do I do? How do I plan out everything? What do I do in that manner? You have these three things. It will make this decision very easy for you to make. And I mean, your girlfriend's going to sit there and go, yeah, like now that you have a plan, it's going to be easy. Your ex-wife, you don't really need to bring it up to her because you're going to plan to have money for your daughter no matter what. Okay? You do not walk away thinking that these bills aren't going to be covered. If you can't cover them, you don't walk away from your job. Bottom line, you started like everybody else who's, hustling to do a 9 to 5 and then work themselves into getting over this hump of, working 15-hour days until it finally succeeds. So take that into consideration. Try it out. Message me if you have any questions. Join the Facebook group and get in there. Ask your question, guys. And the group is meant to get everybody moving in the right direction, support each other, and see a lot of success stories come out of it. This is Nikos Rentas, mentorsapproach.com. Don't forget to subscribe, and all the links you need are below.